Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Paper Girls issue 14. And before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 191, and that show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show. In the description below, there are the exclusive comics that will be part of that show, and annotated will be the episode, so go check that out. But let's start talking about Paper Girls issue 14, a book I love. I love talking about this book, so let's get started. Gorgeous cover here where we get to see our space woman, our future character, maybe time traveling, going somewhere, which is maybe a little misleading because they don't really go anywhere here, but we do have a focus on this character a bit more in this issue. And then, of course, the interior artwork is just gorgeous, and I love the facial expressions for this book so much because really this book is very much a character-driven story. But the best panel here is the two-page spread of KJ literally just taking a leap of faith. It just was such a gorgeous panel there. Definitely one of my favorites. But let's get into the story. As always, like I said, art is gorgeous, really gives this open world to this imaginative world of Brian K. Vaughan. But let's go into the story. So in this issue, we get to see finally Tiffany, Erin, KJ, and Mac meet up with each other. And KJ tells the crew, and also the mother, which we finally find out her name in this issue. Let me see if I can find it. Her name's Worry, so I don't think they've actually said her name until now. So we do find out her name, and so KJ tells that, hey, I saw this monster kind of similar to what Tiffany saw, and instead of Tiffany reliving her past that she feels like she has wasted, KJ sees a future that she's not ready to talk about with people yet. So now they do figure that they have to, they have to go save this woman who's screaming, and this is the future space woman that we know little about, but we do learn that she's from, she was born in 2016, so we get a little gist of what time period she's from and what place she's taking in, because she also mentions, of course, we get some more religious allusions in this issue, where she says, forgive me Allah, forgive me Yahweh, so it's interesting to see her view on religion, and again, just having those religious references again in this issue. So KJ decides that she's going to run off and try to get the cavemen away from the space woman so her friends could talk to the space woman and see what's up and how they could time travel back to their time, because that's kind of their mission by this issue. So now it's KJ still thinking about her vision, which was her kissing Mac and running away from the cavemen. And I'll get into that a little bit more once I talk about my thoughts of the issue. But by the end, they do run into the tentacle monster, so hopefully they do not touch it, because KJ has warned them about that. We learn a little bit more about this Apple product here, and what it might mean, because obviously it's the Apple products that we all know, but how is it connected to this story? We're getting a little bit more that it might control people's minds, so this version of the Apple product, and give people nightmares, so that's the Apple product that we've seen since the beginning of the story. And we also have a cliffhanger of the cavemen taking Worry's child. So what Worry did not want to ends up happening in this issue. And then next issue is going to be the last of the story arc, so we're going to have to wait probably until like September until a new issue, and I do not want to wait that long because I love this series. Now, what I think of the issue overall. Now, I know a lot of people's complaints of this series is that it's a slow burn with the mystery aspect. But that's kind of what I love about this book, is that with every issue you get small clues of what's happening. But as we get towards the end of this story arc, you're getting, I would say, bigger clues. Because, once again, we finally get answers of what this little triangle apple product is and how it's related to things. We learn a little bit more about the dimensions they're talking about, the fourth dimension, the third dimensions they're all talking about in the issue. Again, get a little bit more of the religious undertone in the book. And we get to learn more about these new characters introduced in this issue, like Maury. We get a little bit more from her in this issue, kind of more about her personality, and obviously the cliffhanger is tied into her story. And then once again, the Doctor character, the future character, we learn a bit more about her character. But what I thought was, once again, the strongest aspect of this issue is KJ. She's definitely been the MVP of this arc, because last arc, we didn't see her at all. So they definitely are making up with it and giving her a lot of story. And this is very character-driven for her, because again, she's thinking about her future. She kissed Mac. She doesn't really understand that. But I love that scene when she's running away from the cavemen. She's like, I don't know, like, of course she's thinking about this as she's running for her life. Like, I don't know why I would kiss Mac. And then again, you have that beautiful two-page spread, and then she says, oh, that's why. So you could think, why she say that? It's because she's running away from these guys, and I guess she realizes that she doesn't like guys and that she likes Mac. So I thought that was kind of a cool way for KJ to figure out her sexuality. I thought that was pretty cool. So, but yeah, overall, we even get some interactions with Mac and the other girls. That was nice, because it's something we haven't really seen in the other issues of the arc, because they've been separated. We've seen Tiffany and Erin talk a lot with each other, and of course Mac and KJ talk a lot with each other. But now it's the girls coming back together, which I definitely did miss, but I think we also needed the separation to get more character depth for the characters as individuals. So, as always, Paper Girls was awesome, and this was my pick of the week this week. I loved it, and I feel like this is an issue you can reread multiple times and really get a different feel of it, because it's so good with the plot building, the world building, but then you have those amazing character moments throughout the issue. So Paper Girls issue 14 gets 4.5 stars. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.